Thev. Have you ever felt that ache in your chest when a close friend moves away? That feeling like a piece of you is suddenly missing. This is a story about that exact feeling, about a girl named Mia and a friendship that stretched across hundreds of miles. It was a chilly November afternoon in Willow Creek, a quiet town where the trees stood bare and the wind hummed a soft, lonely tune. 12-year-old Mia sat alone on the school bleachers, hugging her backpack tightly against her chest. Today was the day. Exactly 1 year since her best friend, Leo, moved to another state. Mia and Leo had been inseparable since kindergarten. They were a team. They built epic forts out of blankets and pillows, traded their most prized baseball cards, and spent every single summer biking down to the old rumbling ice cream truck by the lake. Their days were filled with shared secrets and endless laughter. But when Leo's dad got a new job, everything changed. Their last day together was a blur of hurried goodbyes and promises. "We'll call every day," Leo had insisted, his voice full of certainty. And for a while, they did. But as the months crawled by, the calls became less frequent, then they became text messages, and then they stopped completely. The silence was deafening. Mia felt the emptiness more than ever. At school, corridors that once felt familiar now seemed vast and alienating. Everyone was buzzing in their own little groups, sharing inside jokes and weekend plans. Mia tried to blend in, to smile at the right moments, but nothing felt the same. It was like trying to fit a puzzle piece into the wrong puzzle. Even her favorite art class, a place she once loved, felt dull and colorless without Leo's silly jokes and encouraging nods from across the table. One cold evening, while looking for a lost sock under her bed, Mia's fingers brushed against a dusty old box. She pulled it out and lifted the lid. Inside, nestled in tissue paper, were the friendship bracelets they had made together, their threads a little faded. There was a Polaroid picture of them, faces smeared with chocolate and strawberry ice cream, grinning so wide their eyes were nearly shut. And tucked beneath it all, a folded note written in Leo's messy handwriting. It read, "No matter where we go, we'll always be a team." Leo, tears welled up in Mia's eyes and spilled down her cheeks. She missed him so much it hurt. But as she held that note, a new thought began to form. Maybe friendships don't just disappear. Maybe they just change. Like seasons, they grow with you even when you're apart. The memories were still hers, still real. The very next day at school, something in Mia shifted. She saw a group of kids kicking a soccer ball around during recess. Her heart pounded with a familiar mix of fear and longing. But then she thought of the note. "We'll always be a team." Taking a deep breath, she walked over. At first, she just watched, feeling shy and out of place. But then, one of the kids, a girl with bright red sneakers, smiled and passed the ball to her. Without thinking, Mia kicked it back. It wasn't a perfect kick, but it flew straight, and a couple of them cheered. A tiny, warm spark lit up inside her chest. It wasn't the same as playing with Leo, but it was something. It was a start. That night, Mia sat at her desk and opened her laptop. She wrote Leo a long email. She told him all about her day, about the nerve-wracking but exciting soccer game, about how she found their old box of memories. She told him she still wore their bracelets sometimes, just to remember. She didn't know if he would reply. It had been so long. As she hit send, she felt a sense of release. She had reached out. Looking out her window at the quiet, distant stars. Mia whispered to herself, "Some friendships change, but they never truly end." She was starting to understand that it was okay to miss what was, while also building something new. And in that quiet moment, She felt a glimmer of hope. If you've ever felt like Mia, remember that it's okay to feel lonely, but it's also possible to find new connections while cherishing the old ones. Life is full of chapters. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please consider subscribing for more stories that touch the heart. See you next time.